Good morning, Phoenix. I'm Hakeem.
And I am Mia. We are your student broadcasting network for Innovation Students by Innovation Students.
On the first day of the week, we'll bring you the latest in local news and updates about what matters most important to us, the students.
It is officially April, and it is finally starting to feel a little bit like spring. This month, our principal is Kumba. Kumba means to be creative, so this month we will be highlighting creative activity and innovations.
One group of creative individuals is the poetry team. April is Poetry Month, and to celebrate, we will show some poems performed by a great poetry team.
This week, we would like to show you the team performing at Circle Foundation's annual gala. The team performed a poem that they wrote titled, If These Walls Could Talk.
I remember when I had to show that bully what I was made of. Kept knocking me down, but one day I decided to get back up, and as my fist introduced itself to her jaw, I didn't think about the consequences. I only knew that I was a tormented freshman fighting a senior, and I was winning.
To the principal's office, young lady.
The guard shouted as he grabbed me. I got up with a smile, even though I was getting in trouble, because I knew I would no longer be bullied, and that made me happy.
When everybody wearing different sizes,
it's hard to fit in.
I wear size 11 and everybody else 5 to 10. I want to change this year, but I still act like my same old peers.
What's a bell that never ring? What's a bird that never sing? Bad grades never got me gifts on Christmas Eve. I never been much of a helper, color-coded like a spectrum.
Without a home, school provided shelter.
Knocked down plenty of times, imitating clowns in class, never thought I'd get up. The mirrors had me deeply depressed in attention, trying to get attention, always trying to be stressed up. Lost in my cloudy days, soon fell out of my inner ways.
Moist palms from a nervous freshman.
The first day will always have you stressing.
Going in with no sense of individuality. You're still on your own. New to the school, knowing that no one knows who you are.
You are alone.
But this doorknob, it knows you all too well. And it's familiar with the anxiety.
And the sweat.
And the shaky fingers.
And once it's locked and you're inside,
there's no turning back. Moving forward, the stairwells can tell you about every new pair of mics and nights that there is.
Ashamed to walk up those stairs.
Because they'll know you're just a Payless kid. With each step I take, I can feel the history seeping into the soles of my shoes. I can see the kisses stolen,
the wrong crowd chosen,
the rail screaming to turn back around, but I refuse.
If these walls could talk, more or less by the canvas, I can hear the voices being judged by bystanders.
Uniform to identify us,
but we're left with no identity.
Teachers still like teachers, but if I'm out of uniform, I'll face penalties. I be keeping track of every lesson they plan that nobody can handle. Seeing kids look at all is sometimes discovered because they had to copy words that weren't even scrambled.
And as the teacher uses her profession to the best of her ability, one student seeks to find a place of tranquility,
to find a place in society and not be a probability.
As the teacher collects the tests to see who made the highest score, you realize the answers aren't always on the board.
As I walk into school, my dreams are founded. Living up to the expectations of others, my mind is bounded. Learning something that I don't even want to learn, but at the same time, they expect me to have my dreams earned.
And if these walls could talk,
more or less without a canvas, I can hear the voices being judged by bystanders.
And if these walls could talk,
no time for acting out, cuz
if these walls could talk, they would tell you that I am a phoenix, not a hawk.
I persevere through fire, determined to aim for standards that are higher.
I have the ability to transform and obtain what I desire.
Because I am a phoenix. And as a phoenix, I am able to express myself creatively.
Always a scholar and never a follower.
Responsible for my social actions.
Never tempted by worldly attractions.
And with time comes wisdom, and I'm more personally developed.
Because
I am
a phoenix.
This is Innovation High School's poetry team for 2014.
Great job, poets.
Last week, Friday, was the Ubuntu Assembly. At our school assembly, we get together to recognize social responsibility, personal development, and scholastic excellence, creative expression.
This month's Ubuntu focused on women's history. It was hosted by Mrs. Dean and the Fit and Fine Club. Shataka Atkins of the Fit and Fine Club performed a song for the student body. The Fit and Fine Club also welcomed special guest performance, Hip Hop Detox.
We hope that you enjoyed the assembly. Here are a few clips of it, in case you missed it.
Never said there would be trials. Never said I wouldn't fall. Never said that everything would go the way I wanted to go. But when my back is against the wall and I feel the hope is gone, I just lift my head up to the sky and say, help me to be strong. don't believe he's brought me this far to leave me.
Because women's history is all of our history. Because without them, there would be no us, guys. So don't think that this is not of value to you. This is value to all of you. Wisdom, let's start off with one of the wisest in action. She didn't just talk the talk, she talked about it, and then she was about it. That woman up there, what's her name? Mary. You didn't know they were a slave? You mean to tell me that hot poker was going into men's chests and women, and you didn't know you was a slave to brand you? You mean to tell me that women who were pregnant with life, that had oxen and horses tied to their arms, and they were commanded to go in opposite directions, that was ripping the damn woman apart, and the baby fall to the damn ground, and the plantation owner would come, look at everybody in their damn eye, raise his boot up, and step on the baby's head? You mean to tell me that people back then didn't realize that they were a damn slave? Well, if they had problems recognizing it then, what does that mean for today then? What is it that we don't recognize? What is it that we don't understand? Because we so caught up in la la land. I can't get off Instagram, nigga. I can't stop using, So you texting, you booking, you tweeting. You got no time to slow down long enough to recognize what's going on. Until either, you get locked up for a minute, and now you got to focus for a minute. Or you get shot or something happening drastic, and then you got time to think. That's a hell of a way to make time.
In other announcements, April is Poetry Month, and the Poetry team is seeking new members. See Mrs. Cortello or one of the Poetry team members if you are interested in joining.
Get ready for prom and fit into that dress. Come to Fit and Fine and work it out. Fit and Fine meet Wednesdays after school in room 302.
The prom will be held on Friday, June 6th. All student and senior fees must be paid prior to purchasing a prom ticket. See Ms. Oliver for details.
If you are taking the PSAE this year, you must attend several mandatory meetings during school prior to the testing dates of April 23rd and April 24th. Students must attend both days of testing and must be on time. Remember, this is a graduation requirement. If you are unsure whether or not you need to take the test, please see the registrar or Mrs. Cortello.
The list for all potential junior graduates is outside the registrar's office. If you are on that list, make an appointment with your registrar as soon as possible to be sure that you fulfill your graduation requirements.
The iPad Band is looking for 5 individuals that would like to share their musical talent and interests. iPad Band meets Thursdays and Fridays from 2:30 to 5 p.m.
Lastly, the Innovation Phoenix basketball team played their final game Friday, April 4th. After a hard fight, the Phoenix narrowly lost. Great season, Coach Ireland, Coach Megason, and all the players. Thanks to all people who came out to support the team this season. We'll have some footage of their last games in an upcoming broadcast.
That's all we have for this week, so until next time,
Keep rising, Phoenix.